What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Nwi Aquatics. In today's video, I want to show you a new product that was offered to me by OYO Waters, and they sent this out to me along with that LED light, which you could check out in the video that I'll link above or down in the description. This is their 1,800 gallon per hour pond pump. This is the box it comes in. It comes packed very nicely. Also want to mention that I'm not going to use this in my pond, which is a community pond, I should say, and I'm not going to be running power out there and all that because there's no power out in that pond. But this would have been pretty cool to put out there. But instead, I want to do something different. I want to do an ultimate, or I want to turn this into an ultimate water changing pump for this 150 gallon tank. And I might even try this in the 225 gallon tank in the other room when I get a chance. So yeah, this is what you get. It's got about a 32.8 foot power cord. I have not used this. I just pulled this out of the box. I did go to the parts store and had to order some additional parts for what I want to do, and I'm going to share that with you today in this video. And we're going to see how fast this thing could drain this water. Like I said, I've never tried it, and I think it'll be pretty cool. You could submerge this pump. It does, everybody say hi to Batman. It does have where you could submerge it. It comes with this pond or a pump bag. So if you were to put this in your pump or your fish tank or however you're going to do it, you would just put it in this nice big bag and just go like that. All right, comes with a color manual, which is very impressive. So does that LED light, aquarium light they sent me in a couple videos ago. Also comes with this adapter here, and this includes a 1-inch barb, or you could hack this 1-inch barb fitting off and you'll have 1-inch threads. And this here is 1.25 inches. But I'm not going to submerge this pump in my tank. I was going to put it down in this back corner here and maybe put some rocks and kind of hide it a little bit. But I'm like, my wife Lori didn't want me to do that. So I said, okay, well, I guess we're going to have to make an external, which I had to go to the parts store and get some parts. Now, this is all optional. You could just get 1-inch hose. Like, say, this isn't 1-inch hose, but let's say this was 1-inch hose. You would just put it here and you'd be fine. Or possibly you could go find, watch out, Batman. Come on, buddy. This adapter here, which is a garden hose adapter that's 3/4 to 3/4 hose fitting for your garden hose. That's what I bought. I'll show you the parts here in a minute. But if you could get the 1-inch female to fit this 1-inch thread to the garden hose, well, that'd just make life much simpler. Well, I didn't think about that at the time. And I don't know if I was able to find a 1-inch to 3/4 adapter. Maybe they make it. And maybe I might go that route later in time. But hey, check this out. I just want to get on with this video and show you guys what I'm going to do with this pump. And you can comment below if this is going to be a fail, because this is the first time setting it up. I just put this stuff in my head and I've said this is what I want to do. Will it work? We don't know. But I'll tell you what, if it does work, this is going to be a very quick water change. And if it fails, I'm going to continue rolling this video. It has nothing to do with OYO. Oh, by the way, don't forget, look up over here. You're going to see a discount code they offered everyone here. Right now, I believe there's already a 15% discount, this 1,800 gallon pump, and they have much bigger pumps too. But this one here, I believe at the time of this video is around $98 with that 15% off. And with this code, you could save an additional 10%. And if that code doesn't work, just please leave a comment below and I'll contact the company and I will get it fixed right away. But I'm very sure it'll work. And for how long the code works for, I don't know. But an additional 10% off of this, come on. But we're going to see how how it performs and what I want to do with this pump. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to take this screen off here. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to startle you there, Mr. Batman. Yeah, you just pull this screen off here, and now you have 1.25" threads right here, if you guys can see that. Now I can use this pump externally, because as long as this pump is getting water, that's all you need. So at the parts store, I went and bought an 1.25" by 3/4 to fit my 3/4 by 3/4 hose adapter. And what you would do is you would just thread that into here, and then you would take your 1.25" female, and this is galvanized. It is kind of heavy. I was trying to find PVC, but they didn't have the PVC in stock, or I would have got the PVC. But I'm not worried about the weight because this is just going to go under the tank. I also like to mention real quick that at the bottom, it did not include rubber feet, which I'm sure I could find, or just put a rubber pad underneath, and that should work fine. But I'm not worried about that right now. Right now, I'm just worried about if this thing's going to work or not. Then I also had picked up an 1.25" coupling, which is going to thread here. Okay, so this is your intake, and this is your discharge. So this is what we're looking like so far. You guys following? Now you're probably wondering, well, how are you going to seal that? Yeah, pretty simple. So I got some Teflon pipe tape, and I got this pipe, I forgot what they call it. Yeah, it's a pipe joint compound, which just seals the threads. So I'm going to tape it, and I'm going to put this around it on all the fittings here. So far we got this. So the plan of attack here, I'm missing something. All right, so what I'm going to do, obviously you know that the garden hose is going to go on top of here and it's going to discharge. Also on this end, I bought a sump pump. It's a discharge hose, okay, and it was around like 16 bucks. You know, it's about 24-foot discharge hose, and it comes with a couple of adapters that comes in the bag, and this includes an 1.25", you know, to this barb fitting or whatever you want to say that fits this fitting here, and then you'll put a clamp on there. And this is what I'm going to use for the intake. And the other end, I'm going to cut it to fit, is going to go inside of the fish tank. I like the fact that it's black. I got a black background. It's all going to go where my intake for my filtration is and where my heater's at. And also, I picked up these lint traps, all right? Now these lint traps are really just designed to go when I put it in, say this side's going in the tank, you would just unroll this, and it's just like a mesh screen, okay? That's, you know, just to help so you don't suck any fish up or any debris, which I'm only going to set this up today to do a 25% water change. I'll keep an eye on the fish, but this net will help anything from getting sucked up in there. Well, we're going to see how that works. What else is there? Okay, so you would take the adapter that comes with the discharge hose. You get 2 of them, but this is the one that works for this. And this one's going to thread in here, like so. Now remember, I'm going to tape and, you know, get all this stuff sealed and everything. But now, this here is the pump ready to go. And this is simply just going to sit at the bottom of my tank stand. And I will eventually have this on its own power switch, so I could just switch it on and off. For right now, this is just for testing, so I'm just going to plug it directly in the wall, and we're going to see this thing go. All right, so we covered all of this. Now what I'm going to, okay, also, let me show you this. I'd also purchased this 75-foot Gilmore water hose. Now, this is a really heavy-duty hose. It wasn't cheap, but you don't have to go this route. I needed a heavy duty hose anyway. But now that I got it, obviously you're going to see that this is going to thread here all inside the tank. All right. And I also went to the, the hardware store, and I bought, or I think AutoZone, I think where I got this. It's called a fire hose adapter. And obviously that goes on this end. But for right now, when I go to turn this thing on, I just want to see the water flow and how much water is coming out, because I don't want to starve the pump or restrict the pump any, because I don't want to blow it, because it's just going to run continuously. So yeah, the point of this fire hose adapter is, you can have it to the spray, trickle, whatever, or like a beam. My plan of attack here with doing these water changes is to recycle my fish water as well. And that is going to be to water my lawn, because I don't have any ammonia in this tank. I think it'd be a great fertilizer. We're going to find out in future videos, so you got to stay tuned for those when I do my water changes. And the reason why I went with such a nice hose is because I'm going to be using the crap out of it. I have for this tank, and for my 225, I'll have plenty of room to go outside. I also have pepper plants growing, and I'm going to use the same tank water to help fertilize those there too. So again, stay tuned for future videos. Also, this will help me go to where I could just crack my window open, hold this nozzle, and just let it fly out in the front lawn. I'll show you guys all that later. But for right now, for this video, it is just to see how this pump is going to work, and I hope you're enjoying this video. And if you are, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm hoping this works. If it doesn't, I'll come up with a different way of, maybe go back to my original way of installing this into the tank. We'll see. Other than that, let me go ahead and get this installed under the fish tank. I did core a 3-inch diameter hole in the side of this tank. It will fit my Flugo hoses for my return and intake, or my intake and discharge for the filtration. I have some air lines running for these things in the back, and then power cords and such like that. And yes, I did test fit that sump pump discharge hose and this hose will fit all inside that 3-inch hole. So yeah, stay tuned. I want to get all this hooked up, and I'll come back and I'll explain to you how I'm going to do this. But I just want to say again, thank you, OYO, for sending out this 1,800 gallon pump. Oh, and for all you guys out there, I forgot to tell you that the additional parts that I had paid just to do this assembly here with the discharge hose minus this garden hose was around $47 extra. So you're saying with your discount to have everything that I have here, which, like I said, you don't have to go all fancy like this. You could just get a 1-inch barb or a 1-inch to 3/4 adapter for a garden hose, or whatever, however you want to do it, and go from there. But this is the way I want to do it. Okay, I'm back real quick just to show you that I got everything in place. All the fittings are installed. I did use the pipe tape and the pipe sealer, thread sealer, and I did not use the pipe sealant around this, but I did tape it. I just don't want any leaks at all from when I do hook up the garden hose. But as you can see, it's all ready to go underneath the fish tank. I do have a clamp here that I'm going to use, and just so you guys know, I did use an adjustable wrench, also known as a crescent wrench. I did use that to tighten down this adapter up on top, and this plastic adapter that came with the discharge hose. So both of these fittings here, I just cranked down because you could get a really good grip, and I just tightened them down as tight as I could go. I didn't really want to crank too much because this pump has plastic threads. So between the tape and the sealant, I have all the faith in the world that this thing is not going to leak. But we're going to find out, because I'm going to go install this under the tank right now. All right, we are back and I have the pump installed. Go ahead and show you that we have the garden hose running up and through that 3-inch hole I told you about. You got the discharge hose coming in from there. Mine's here. That gives me a little extra slack, and plugged into the intake, and then the discharge garden hose, as you can see. I did not mount the pump yet. I don't know if I'm going to need to. I don't know how much vibration it's going to do, but this pump is only designed for doing water changes. All right, let's go outside the tank, or the stand, and you can see here where the hose runs out. I have it running out outside, which I'm going to show you that in a minute. This is the power cord for it. I told you before I'm going to get this switched somewhere else in a different outlet. This is all temporarily right here, but as you can see, the discharge hose runs up. As you see here, and it comes down. These are my homemade lids that I had made. There's 3 sections here, and what I did is cut out to fit this hose. We'll go inside the tank here. Yeah, it's not the prettiest thing, as you can see. Hey, what's up, buddy? It's not the prettiest thing, but if you look, I can't get that glare out. I'm gonna have to work on that. I have it down as low as a 25% water change, which you can see these glass cleaners here, this magnetic one. Well, I measured up from the top about 7 inches. That's about 25% for this 150-gallon tank from where I fill my water line up. And as you can see, I dropped that discharge hose down to where it's in line for my water changes. It's not the prettiest thing, like I said before, but it's gonna work for now. If I could find a lint thing like that or something different that's in black, it may not look too bad. But like I said, this is all temporary, and I don't even know if it's gonna work. So I'm gonna go ahead and we are ready to power this thing on and see what happens. I'm gonna have my lovely wife come and help me do this as we turn on the pump to check for leaks, and then we'll go see how far it's gonna discharge out of that garden hose. So stay tuned. All right, here's the first time we're gonna plug it in. Go ahead, babe, plug it in. Here it goes. I don't know if I had to prime this or not. Let's give it a second. I don't think she's sucked. Oh, come on, baby. I think maybe I might have to prime this. I don't want to burn the pump up. Nothing's happening yet. I'm going to feel the pump, make sure she's not getting hot. Alright, 1 second, guys. I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to figure something out. Okay, she's going outside to choke the hose. Just kind of plug it, keep it plugged. Maybe it might prime itself. Do you feel any suction on the end of the hose? Nothing? Okay, guys, I'm going to unplug this and find a different way to get this pump primed. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is go outside on the end of that hose and maybe try to suck on it to pull a vacuum. It might help prime the pump. And once it's primed, you shouldn't have to do it anymore, because I'm just going to shut the water off and then it's just going to stay. So let me go out there and try that. I'll go ahead and put a siphon on the end of that hose and see if we can get that pump primed. All right, all I did was just a little suction on that end, and as you can see, it's flowing through. You can see it falling to the ground, and it didn't take long at all to do that. So go ahead, babe, plug it in. Oh, that's what we want to hear. Look at that. Okay, right now I'm just testing for leaks. Yeah, I had all the faith in the world that wasn't going to leak. So let's go outside and see how much pressure is actually going. Also, let's go up here and look and see if it's sucking in that lint trap, which it's not. That's a good thing, so I can pull that up tighter. Okay, stay tuned.
All right, so we're outside, and check that out. That's a pretty good flow right there. Let me go ahead and I'm going to have her unplug the pump, and I'm going to go ahead and install this fire hose adapter. And also, that's the lawn I'm going to feed, and I will have some pepper plants. They're back over this way. You've seen my other videos, so hold on one second. Okay, babe, go ahead and plug it back in. Let's see what she does. Okay, let's go ahead and make some adjustments here. See, I think we go this way. Oh, wow. It's not too bad. I thought it was going to shoot way over to the sidewalk over there. That's actually not too bad. So I'm going to go inside now that I know that this is going to work out fine. Nice. Okay, going to go inside and watch the water level. And just so everybody knows, this is all temporary, wrapped around my rail in there. This is just temporary. I might eventually do some form of irrigation system for the plants and for the yard. We'll see. Okay, just that little bit. Look at that. We are almost done. This is actually working out great. I bet I can even rig this up to do some vacuuming in my substrate. Let's go ahead and check for leaks again. Wow, that pump is quiet. That is nice. I think I'm leaving this in here like this. I'm going to figure out some other different way for the... Look at that, no leaks. I'm going to figure out a different way to discharge the water. Find out probably a different way to modify this to look a whole lot better. But check that out. It's not sucking in that thing, so I could pull that up tighter so I'm not stressing the pump. Check out this guy right here. Man, I'm getting ready to unplug this. Look at that. Probably what? I'm going to say 3, maybe 4 minutes in 155 gallon. Now that is turbo. That is a turbo water change, guys. I'm liking it. Well, there you guys go. Come back over here. Let me open this window up. Come on, focus. All right, there you go right there. Check it out. Doing everything I wanted to do. Again, this is all temporarily. I got a whole different idea how I want to do this. Wow, I am super impressed. Let's go back at the tank. I wish I would have set a timer, but I know this is going to be 4 minutes. I give it 4 minutes to do a 25% water change in a 150 gallon aquarium. Wow. Could probably even go with a bigger pump if you wanted to, but I think this is going to work just fine. Or what my original idea was to set, hey, while I'm here, can anybody identify this as a male or a female? Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. We think it's a female, but we're unsure. That is a peacock cichlid. I would love for you guys to comment below. Alright guys, check it out. Check for leaks. No leaks. We're getting there closer and closer. Gonna come back down here to the pump. I'm liking this. I'm leaving this pump in here, guys. It is super quiet, and that's alongside of my Fluval FX6 filter, which is right there. And this pump is quieter than that. Let's see if I can move it. Yeah, I guarantee I put some rubber feet, or yeah, because it's not vibrating or nothing. But if I put some rubber feet under there, that's all it's going to need, or just a rubber mat. I am super excited, guys. Don't forget to check out that discount code below. I do not get paid for doing this video. I'm just in respect. They want to send me out product to test. I will test them. And yeah, we're about there, guys. Maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes. But I think that's in another video I'll time that. Let's check the outside of the tank. I already know that this is going to be fine. No leaks there. Nothing there. Okay. All right, guys. I'm super excited. And we're done. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this pump. And that's it. And I'm going to go turn off the valve on the water hose. That way it'll stop sucking the water out. Okay. So maybe we'll see in the future. Maybe I'll throw a sprinkler out there after I gotta mow this grass. It's still kind of cold. It's 50 degrees out. But yeah, looks like this system's gonna work good. Like I said, this hose might be temporary. I might come up with a whole different solution. I don't know yet. I would love for you to comment below and let me know your thoughts on this setup. So let's go back to the bench and give you my final thoughts.
All right, check that out. That was just flawless. What took me every bit of maybe to figure it all out. It took some time to fittings and all that. But now that you know what fittings to use, it's going to cut your time in practically half. But it really only took me about an hour to figure out the fittings and how I wanted to do this. And as far as the garden hose goes, I'm gonna end up changing that to something different. I don't know what it's going to be, but I like the fact that it's not too powerful to where you can't, drain your fish water. So if you're going to do filter changes, or just, figure out how you want to set your hose up, or fill up a 5-gallon bucket, or just rinse your filters out while your tank is draining. But you better work pretty quick, because depending on how much you're going to be water changing. But as you can see, in what I'd say under 5 minutes, 25% of a 150-gallon tank, that's a lot quicker. 30, 50 times faster than using, say, like the Python hose that you have to keep your water faucet on. Oh, and you're probably wondering, well, how are you going to fill it back up? Well, with the Python, I'm going to hook it up to that was kind of like my whole plan for all my tanks, is to do the water changes as fast as I could. But now to fill it up is going to be a different story. I'm not filling up totes and putting another pump in. I'm not going to do all that. I don't mind the water going through the hose of the Python to fill it back up. You just got to watch it. So I'll go ahead and add my dechlorinators in there. I do run on city water. My pH is about 7.6 out of the tap. 7.5, 7.6, somewhere in that range. So that's good for the African cichlids, and plus with the stuff I have in my filtration, the pH usually runs about 7.9 to 8.0 all the time throughout this tank. So I'll show you all how I do, when I fill it back up, add the chemicals. I'll do a complete water change system video for you guys. But I'd love for you to comment below on what you think about this OYO 1,800-gallon water pump. Don't forget about that 10% discount code for all of you. And I hope you liked the video. Man, I just pretty excited about this. And then for those that know me, call me Overkill Joe. Yes, it's a little overkill, but hey, it works for me. It's what I wanted to do, and it worked. No leaks, no nothing. It's already self-primed right now. I showed you guys all that. Just super excited. Now I'm just rambling on. So, hey, like, comment, subscribe, share this to your friends. Go check out OYO at www.oyowater.com, and I'll put all their information down in the description, along with how you could order this pump if this is something that you want to do. You got all kinds of options. One more thing. I might go ahead in the 225-gallon tank. I might even order a larger pump from them, because I like how quiet this pump is, and find a way to hide it and submerge it and leave it in my 225 gallon tank. I think that will be the ticket there. And then I'll figure out a system how I'm going to drain, which I have a really good idea.